Good morning, this is your AI host, Jay. I'm here with the automatically generated, Journato, morning headlines on October 28, 2023. Pro-Moscow Ukrainian politician shot in apparent assassination attempt. The Guardian, Oleg Seryov, pro-Russia former Ukrainian politician shot and wounded in Crimea attack. Sky News, Oleg Seryov, separatist who was lined up to be Putin's puppet leader in Ukraine shot in Crimea. The Times, pro-Russian Ukrainian politician reported in intensive care after being shot. Radio Free Europe, Radio Liberty, separatist lined up to be Putin's puppet leader in Ukraine is shot in Crimea home. Going undercover to reveal people's smugglers' sales tactics. BBC, smuggling migrants toward the US is a booming business. Israel angrily dismisses UN truce resolution on Gaza. BBC, FM Eli Cohen slams despicable UN resolution urging ceasefire. The Times of Israel, Israel-Palestine war, Palestinian diplomat, 70% of those killed are women and children, WION. WION, The Guardian view on the UN and Israel, the Middle East crisis increases its challenges. The Guardian, Guterres, Gaza and the consequences of countering, Israel speak. Furniture for firewood, radios for news. Israel's siege throws life in Gaza back decades. The Guardian, what does Gaza's food shortage look like amid Israeli siege? Al Jazeera English, UNRWA chief says food running low in Strip. The Times of Israel, replay, UN calls for urgent fuel shipment to Gaza Strip, France 24 English. France 24 English, food lifeline for desperate families in Gaza at risk without fuel, WFP says, ENAR, occupied Palestinian territory. Donald Trump and children to testify in fraud case. BBC, Ivanka Trump must give evidence against her father Donald Trump in fraud case, judge rules. Sky News, 3 Trump family members set to testify at civil fraud trial next week. The New York Times, chickens are coming home to roost. Ivanka Trump ordered to testify in Donald's trial. Russia-Ukraine war, Putin's troops executed for retreating. The Independent, Ukraine war, Russia executing own retreating soldiers, US says. BBC, Russia executing own retreating troops from bloody Ukraine battle, White House. Evening Standard, Ukraine war latest, Russia executing soldiers who fail to follow orders, pro-Moscow politician shot. Sky News, Russia-Ukraine war, Zelensky claims equivalent of Russian brigade lost near Avdiivka, Putin warns of weapon smuggling from Ukraine, as it happened. Emmanuel Macron condemns Viktor Orbán meeting with Vladimir Putin. The Guardian, Orbán's Putin handshake was middle finger to dying Ukrainians, says Xavier Bettel. Politico Europe, Russia suffers significant losses, Orbán says Ukraine can't win. Euronews, Hungary's Orbán says EU's strategy on Ukraine has failed. Radio Free Europe, Radio Liberty, Lithuanian president calls Orbán a Russian flirt after Putin handshake. Airstrikes on Gaza bakeries add to catastrophic food shortages. The Guardian, watch, airstrike hits refugee camp in Gaza mid-interview, Israel-Palestine. India Today, 180 of us were waiting for bread. We could have all been killed. Middle East Eye, airstrike destroys bakery in Maghazi refugee camp in central Gaza. Guardian News, 10 Palestinians killed as Israeli warplanes strike bakery in Gaza. Lewiston Maine shooting suspect Robert Card found dead, live updates. The Independent, Maine shooting manhunt, river trawled in search for suspect. BBC, Maine shooting, father of 4 and 14-year-old boy among victims. Sky News, opinion, Stephen King on mass shootings, we're out of things to say. The New York Times, I love my son with all my heart, a Maine father mourns. Israel-Gaza Live News, Israel says ground operations expanding as it intensifies Gaza bombing. BBC, Israel-Hamas war live, Gaza phone and internet cut off as Israel intensifies attacks. The Guardian, Israel expanding ground operations in Gaza, as IDF claims Hamas aerial chief killed. Sky News, Israel-Hamas war live, Israel unleashes pure horror on Gaza Strip. This was all for the news. Thanks for listening. Please do not forget to like and subscribe.